I have now not been for a run for 6 weeks. So in this video, I'm going to give you a little update in terms of what that means to me. And I still do Abingdon Marathon in October. These are the sorts of things going through my head right now as I still try to recover from a stress reaction in a bone in my left foot. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hello, I'm Nick. I've been a runner for almost 14 years, but right now all I'm doing is walking. It's a beautiful day, sunny, nothing more I want to do than go for a run. Unfortunately, as I said, I haven't been able to run for 6 weeks now, and I'm meant to be, time of recording, sort of a week and a bit in to an 18-week marathon training block. So a couple of videos ago I did mention about some of the cross training I've been doing while I haven't been able to run. I've been going out and doing swims quite regularly, firstly in the indoor pool and then more recently in an outdoor pool, which is absolutely lovely, and also using a static bike just to trying, as I say, maintain that fitness as much as I can and simulate as far as possible what I do when I run. So I've been trying to keep my base fitness there, but you know, if I'm honest, it just isn't the same, and there's no substitute for running, especially when you're aiming to run 26.2 miles or 42.2 kilometers. So I have to be realistic. The SUB-3 dream, which I've talked about even since injury, I think is fast slipping away for this year at least. I was on the cusp when I decided to go in for the Boston Marathon in April, but I knew that maybe I would need a proper marathon training block and a really helpful strength routine to put my body in a position where I was able to sustain that pace the duration of the race. So obviously now I'm further back than I was when I took on that marathon in April. I think it's important to not obsess about a goal, and while you might have an idea in terms of when you'd like to achieve something by, you need to remember that, you know, I want to be running for years and years and years. So while I'd love to be able to run the marathon in October and B, go for a SUB-3, I think I just have to reassess and realise that if you're not able to do the training, then you can't do the race, you certainly can't do the time. So I'm re-evaluating. I'm not going to make any kind of firm decision until I'm at least back into running and see how my fitness kind of grows from there. But even when I get back started running, I'm going to be doing a mixture of running and walking. I'm going to be repeating a lot of what I do before I then progress to sort of further mileage, further time on feet. So it's going to take a process to get back, and quite frankly, I don't think I'm going to have the time to do that and getting enough training to be SUB-3 ready and maybe even marathon ready. It's sad, it's disappointing, because up until Boston it was going so well. I said on a previous video, I think recovering from that, I've made some mistakes. I've got back into training too soon. I've taken on races when I shouldn't have done, and that's put me in the position potentially where I am now. I think other times you might get away with it, but I haven't this time, and again, that's something to learn in the future. And right now, really my focus is on how soon can I get back in a safe and sustainable way, which means I'm not going to get a reoccurring injury, I'm not going to have stress reaction in my foot again as a result of coming back too soon, and I'm actually building more strength to ensure that I'm not putting my body in that position where it's going to sort of have certain vulnerabilities in certain areas. So yeah, work to do. I've been a bit up and down in terms of how I felt. I'm so used to running sort of 5 to 6 times a week, so when you kind of take that out of your world, it's quite difficult to adjust. I think originally, first few weeks when I got the news, I was like, okay, it's just fine. I can do other things to maintain my fitness, which I have done. But then as time goes on, you know, you start to get frustrated that you can't run, even just not being outside as much. I've really noticed. So actually, the past few days, let's say, I've been going to an outdoor pool local to me. Really lucky to have that facility, and it just made me feel a bit better knowing that I can get outside. Obviously you're swimming up and down, you're not, you know, covering the sort of ground and getting the change of scenery that you get, and I really love with running. But nonetheless, it's helped me a bit, because I've noticed there's been a few days where I've been a bit down, and it's not all related to running, I don't think, but it certainly plays its part. And I think for so many of us, it, you know, plays an important part in keeping us well. So in terms of what this means now, I've got another physio appointment coming up. I'll see if I've still got any pain in my foot. If I haven't, do some tests to see if I've built up the necessary strength I need to ensure that, you know, this is much less likely to happen again. And then from there, I'll hopefully be able to get back into running. But as I said, it's not something that you can force or you can push. You just need to accept it as what it is, and know if you make the right decisions now, you're going to put yourself in a better position in the future, where you're stronger, you're in tune with your body, and you're able to run consistently throughout the year and years, because that's what I want to happen. I've not had an injury for quite a while, and I want this to be my last one for a long time, so that's the plan. In terms of the channel, obviously my aim for this was to demonstrate what I'm doing in terms of training for a sub-3 marathon, but hopefully you stick with it, because right now obviously the focus is on recovery. Really hope nobody gets injured, but hopefully this could be helpful in some way to some people if it does sadly happen to you. And yeah, I'm just going to document that journey as I get back from injury, what I'm doing to try and get stronger, and then in time build back into running, get fitter, and then go and tackle that sub-3 in a better position hopefully than I've ever been before. But that's for the future. For now, what I want to say is thanks for all the lovely comments and likes and support, really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you do want to follow my journey, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.